There we go.
Nice. All
All
right.
right. We're ready? Here we are.
Here we are. Hey, welcome to the MJ and Becky lunch hours. Thank you so much, Becky, for joining me. You guys, thank you so much for hopping on. If you're seeing us live, I asked Becky to go on a live with me because she is our guru expert on all things with Trinot with our products, and we're specifically going to talk about our NAD Plus, which is brand new. You can pre-order it. We can get to all that stuff, but she's been a biohacker. I'll let her explain her background, and she's been on NAD previous, but why our capsules are just phenomenal. And let me share with you real quick, if y'all been watching my page and stuff, we got a free sample from Ternat in our conference in Las Vegas the first part of October. And so we have been able to get on it, myself and Rick, and I could tell the difference. You all have heard me post about focus and that kind of stuff. My focus was just no squirrel moments, just being on that. And my sleep was better. Well, we ran out almost a week ago. Saturday, we ran out. And let me tell you what, I can feel the difference. And so NAD partners with our daily health system. And I'll let Becky explain why it's so important that our body needs this. So, Becky, take it away, my dear.
Will do, will do. Okay. So I think what makes me geek out about this a lot is the fact that I struggle with three autoimmune disorders. I've battled my weight for many, 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 many years, and I've dove into the world of biohacking. And I discovered NAD before NAD was even a thing of that became more mainstream, and before Trinant announced that they were coming out with this. I found, I would say, last April, as I was digging in the biohacking world, that everybody was taking this NAD, and what NAD was doing is it was helping people with their sleep. It was making them feel like a revitalized version of themselves. It was giving them an energy that wasn't a caffeinated energy. And it was helping with the youthfulness and longevity. So once I really started looking like what this can do for people, it blew my mind. And if you don't know what NAD is, this may sound a little familiar if you can really dig back to high school biology and that Krebs cycle. The Krebs cycle is where NAD comes in, goes through the cycle, and you end up with a molecule of ATP, which is cellular energy. I'm a biochemist by trade, so this really geeks me out even further. So the problem with NAD when I discovered this was the only way you could get NAD in your system to increase the cellular energy of all your cells was to mainline it via injections or IV drips. IV drips, very expensive. My doctor charges about $300 for an IV of this. The injections can get you about $100 a month or so, but you gotta poke yourself every day. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a spicy injection. But that's how I was getting NAD. And the one thing that I noticed from using this all through summer is I had lost 60 pounds. And you know what happens in summer? You get more margaritas, you get more barbecues, family barbecues, more of the garbage food, the ice cream with the family, that stuff creeps back in, right? What happened to me this summer was not what I expected, which would normally be some weight gain. What happened was the opposite. I have gotten myself down to 125 pounds, which I don't think I've weighed that since grade school, essentially. Maybe my wedding day, I think I was. But I can't keep weight on now. As somebody with Hashimoto's, no thyroid, my metabolism was complete garbage. Now I add NAD back, and for some reason I struggle to stay at 125 pounds. Okay,
Wow.
I keep dropping weight, and the only thing that I could contribute to this, the change, because I've constantly been using the daily health system. I love it. I love how it makes me feel. I love all of the other health benefits that we get from it. I'm not using it for weight loss anymore, but now I should be having a hard time keeping weight off, but I'm having a hard time keeping weight on. So the metabolic effect that we're seeing from this is huge. And especially that didn't really all come full circle to me until I started hearing other people who are using NAD and on the daily health system who are now losing 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds a week.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what is happening here? So
Yep. Yep.
getting this in your system is huge. But where I came from was there was no way to get it in your body. Well, what we've developed is a liposomal form of niacinamide adenine dinucleotide. That's what it stands for. We have a liposomal form, which means it survives the digestive process, transfers through the intestines and into your bloodstream. And they've added choline with ellagic acid, which intensifies that effect, but also adds to the brain food aspect of this. So that's why people that take this immediately are like, wow, whew, I came home, I did the laundry, I put the laundry away, I made dinner, did the dinner dishes. I sat down and I could have tackled more that day where normally I would be spent after just one of those activities. It kind of just gives you that elevated feeling.
So that validates the point that I was saying. It was like when we were on that, after a couple of days, I really paid attention. I love that you said it's brain food because that's what it is. It was like I had the focus, with the mojo and that kind of stuff, but I was like dialed in. And now I don't have it. I'm still doing the things, but it's not as crisp. It's kind of like when you go to get your eye exam and the doctor's like, is this better with A or is this better with B? Right. And it's like, oh, A is way better. And so now not having that, it's not that your brain is starved, but it's not getting that extra. A is clearer than versus B. I love that. Thank you for breaking that down. And it's like, oh, say that fast 3 times. What is it? Lipos, what are you rattled the name off so fast.
Acid. Oh, I love science terminology.
I love that. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. So that's some of the other things we've noticed. My husband, he's noticed more of the sleep effect. He doesn't take it for 2 days. He sleeps like crap. He starts taking, all of a sudden he's sleeping well. So there's definitely an impact there. Now, there are some people that may not get an impact of this, and maybe whatever is causing their sleep issues, whatever is causing their severe metabolic issues is not due to a lack of NAD. It's due to some other severe metabolic dysfunction. Maybe they've got, another disorder happening in the background that is really dragging them down. But I want to say 90% of people or more are finding a huge benefit from this. I know I have. I am not hating the fact that I can't keep weight on. It just blows my dang mind as somebody who's got 3 kids and has battled being under 200 pounds for a long time. Now can't stay at 125 is just freaking weird, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my my thing with NAD.
So real quick on that, and thank you for sharing that, is that, if they're not seeing results once they order and start taking and so forth, it could be an underlying metabolic issue, which there again goes back into our daily health system, which is not just weight loss, it's overall metabolic health. And that's why they marry together so brilliantly, right?
Very brilliantly.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that one. All right. So we were talking about NAD, we're talking about energy and wellness, and why on earth is a wellness company who actually started as a wealth company diving into the world of travel? Isn't that weird? That's the kind of thing that I get. This is not freaking weird at all.
Yeah. What's going on with that? They must not be doing so well with wellness.
No, that's not. No, definitely not. There's studies that have been done. People who travel are healthier. They've got less heart issues, less mental health issues, because let's be honest, I have 2 big trips coming up. I'm going to New York next month, and then in January, I'm going to Mexico. When I have vacation looming, the anticipation of said travel instantly makes me feel so excited and happy that no matter what comes at me today or tomorrow, I'm still so excited at many points during the day that I've got these exciting trips coming up, right? We're meeting with family on Saturday to talk about where we're going to go in New York and what we're going to do, and we're all going to get together and we're all really excited. Now, this excitement and dopamine, it just helps you, you're just healthier. It's just a study. I got one of them up right now. There's many more online. This is known to be true. Not only are people that travel healthier, but when you're healthier, you can do more travel because you're healthier. So this all does tie into things quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to share something that we now have our hands on that I just about crap my pants, and so did my husband when they released this. So he was sitting next to me in Vegas when they announced that this is what they were going to do. And he said, not only are you signing up for travel, I'm signing up for travel too, and we're going to get double the travel benefits. And I'm like, you're freaking brilliant. So that is what we did immediately.
That's what Rick and I did too. It's amazing. I cannot wait.
Chad's like, oh my God. So we're going to talk about why this is so absolutely mind-blowing, okay? And the fact that we've got free enrollment for wellness and free enrollment for travel this month is something that we'll never see again. We will never see this again. And if we do, it's going to be a long time. So let's look at some of why we're excited about this. So what we have our hands on from a travel perspective is a portal where you go on and you can book your travel in on a website, and it's private. It's not something publicly accessible like the other places you use. One starts with an E, one starts with a P, one starts with an O. These are online places that we, due to compliance, cannot mention the names of those online here. But you were going to see some examples. You'll be able to put two and two together. So one of the things you can book is hotels and resorts. I'm going to start there. In January of 2024, Chad and I, we flew down to Miami, rented a car, and drove down the Florida Keys and stayed in Key West. The amount of money I spent on this vacation, I could have gone to Mexico 2 times, all inclusive. Like, it was insane. Chad and I are like, holy cats, this is a really expensive little road trip here. So this is an example of a hotel in the Florida Keys where is $3,320 in savings for, what is that, a 5 or 6 night stay there. I paid $450 for the Margaritaville per night just to be close to the beach. It was stupid expensive. And I'm like, we could have gone, the two of us could have gone to Mexico for what we stayed for a couple nights in Key West. So, but had we had this, I probably could have saved a lot of money. So that's one example. This next one was truly mind-blowing to me. So another perk of being in the travel super secret travel club that we have, that anybody has access to if you enroll in it, is we get a free voucher once a year. This voucher is given to you after 12 months of having a subscription. Now, one of the places I've never gone is Aruba. The reason why I haven't gone to Aruba is it's cost prohibitive for the amount of people we take on vacation. It's not just me and Chad traveling all over the place. We took our kids on vacation when they were little. They got a taste of it. They're not letting us go without them, right? They're like, no, we're coming too. So we go to Riviera Maya most often. We usually get great flight prices, $350 round trip, and then all inclusive $500 a person, right? You can find some really good deals there. So that's typically where we've gone. I've always eyed up Aruba because it's so beautiful and so peaceful, and the turquoise blue water. There's just a lot of reasons. And it's like someday it's just, it's not, I'm not going to take and spend, I'm not going to spend $6,000 on a vacation where I could take my whole family just for me. Like, that's not, I want to take my kids. So, oh my God, when I saw Aruba, like, that is a place that we can go with our yearly voucher, this all-inclusive one. So here's what I did. Just for fun, I saw this resort, which if you want to know what it is, just PM me. I'll tell you where it is. Same date. I looked at Turn On Travel. Let's say you just want to book it without the voucher, like you just want to go next week, right? $2,863 for the week with Turn On Travel. I went to the popular website shown on the right. $6,000 for the week for the same site, same dates on that popular site that starts with an E. If you book on Turn On Travel, it's $2,863. If you're part of the travel club, you can go there for free next year. Like, what?
That is just crazy. And it's like, okay, that doesn't make sense, right? How can we, Turn On Travel, be so inexpensive compared to these other search engines? You want to talk about why that is? Yeah.
So what happens is a lot of hotels, they know what their vacancy rate is per month, per year, and all of those types of things. So for them to be able to book a room, no matter what, is going to make them more money than a room that sits empty. So they go to all of these places and they buy up these rooms and offer them a discount for us. And that site then knows that there is a very good chance that that room will be booked versus sitting empty. So it's a business behind the scenes for sure that we get to reap the benefits of.
Right. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are no blackout dates. Is that correct?
Correct. I was going to cover that too.
All right, excellent. This is so cool.
Yep. I got a list of perks at the end here. This is just so freaking insane. And if you're somebody who's like, oh, Becky, I don't travel outside of the country. I don't international travel. Are you crazy? I don't do that. Well, how about you load your kids in the car and you drive down to Orlando? Okay. Orlando has palm trees and sun and swimming pools and Disney and all of those things. Even if you don't do Disney, it's still warm. We have condos in our portal. These condos start at $250 a week and are all over the world, like all over the world. And they buy up timeshare areas like from RCI and whatnot that are being left sitting, maybe unoccupied, right? That they know their vacancy rate. So they're going to sell these condos at a rate where they pretty much know that they will be filled. Okay. So we get in on this. These are condos in Orlando, pools, all the fancy stuff, $300 for a week, $391 a week, $441 a week. In Orlando, in the area, you can see all of the spots there that you can book for that price. I mean, I love condos when the kids are little and there's a lot of people, little kids watching, because you get your own kitchen and laundry. Kids are nasty and dirty. You can be washing laundry. You can do some of your own meals because kids don't want to sit in restaurants all the time. They want to run around. They want to go to the pool, you know. You can save a lot of money having your own kitchen. For $300 for a week in Orlando and be able to cook your own foods in a kitchen, a condo, freaking amazing. But if you're like me and I've never taken my kids to Disney, they've been to several countries, but they've never been to Disney because I hate Disney. I've been there as a kid and I'm like, this is not for me. Sorry, Tina Joy. But do a little bit southwest for a girls' weekend in Miami Beach, okay? $700 for a week in Miami Beach on the water and having a pool for a condo. Yep. Divide that by 4 girls. What's your price for the week? How could you not go on vacation? You can't vacation in your own state for that, for crying out loud. Go hang out on the beach every day. You have a condo, so you've got your own kitchen. You can buy your own drinks, make a lot of your own food, sit on the beach all day long, read books, do it. I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you how exciting the condos are. I found $1,000 in Waikiki Beach for the week, all over the world, like Italy. I was looking at one in Portugal for my mom and I. It's her dream to go there. We can get a condo, a 3-bedroom condo that sleeps 6 people for, well, I think it was $1,200 for the week in Portugal.
That's just insane, you know. And all my peeps here in Central Florida, okay, we know what Disney's like. I'm an hour from Disney right now. I could go there right now. Okay, you're gonna sit in traffic on a good day at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? There's traffic. So us Floridians that maybe want to take the kids or go stay at Disney, you don't want to drive back and forth to your house. That's another hour. You're tired. You can stay at Disney, enjoy all the benefits there, get a condo, as Becky is saying, versus going out there booking on the other sites and stuff. You're paying more money there. Why would you not do it? This is a no-brainer. This is just absolutely mind-blowing. When you pulled up Orlando and the areas, I'm like, it's right next door. This is huge. So all my peeps down here in Florida, when it's your time to go to vacation or you go to the beach, you know, Clearwater or wherever, you'd be able to look around and find those benefits for yourself for traveling in state right now. It's just mind blowing. So thank you for sharing all that. That's incredible.
Yeah. So let's say you're like, well, Becky, I live in Wisconsin. I don't go to Florida. I don't go to Aruba. I don't go to Italy or Portugal. I just stay around home. Okay, great. So let's say you want to take your kids to the Milwaukee Zoo. So this is a popular place in Wisconsin. And you just want to take the grandkids for the weekend, whatever it may be, or your own kids. So I looked at a hotel. I just picked a random one. Yep. And for NAD and Travel, $217 for the weekend. This is the first weekend of June in 2026, Friday to Sunday. It was $217 for the weekend. If you really squint, you can probably see what hotel this is. Mm-hmm. Kind of left the address on there so you could realize this is the same place, okay? I went to the popular online booking site that starts with an E up on the top right. It was $333 for, I think I got that right. Yeah, it's so tiny on my screen. $333 for the same night. I went to the actual hotel's website. It was $337 for those 3 nights. So we even beat out that popular online booking and the hotel website itself by about $115, whatever. So that is a considerable savings for a weekend. It's super easy to book when you see the price that includes taxes and fees. So you just book from there. Totally awesome way to save a ton of money. And if you know you're going to the Milwaukee Zoo and you type in Milwaukee Zoo area, it'll pull up all the hotels. It'll start by the biggest savings and work its way down. So 65% off, 55% off. There's hotels, resorts, condos, cruises, car rentals, all sorts of ways that you will get the best prices.
That is incredible. Yeah.
I know.
You can't beat the savings. I mean, I'm sorry, but you can't. If you want to spend more money and go through those other search without taking the time, again, and we'll tie this up in a bow of how you get that. Just like any club, you have to join it, right, to get those perks, and we'll talk about that. So that's incredible.
Right. So in a nutshell, what do you get? Up to 65% off hotels, resorts, condos, cruises, and car rentals. It's very easy to book. There's 850,000 locations. There's no blackout dates, right? Every 12 months you receive a vacation voucher, which is, I'm going to change this 1,500 to 2,500 because my Aruba vacation is closer to 2,500. What we pay as associates is only $65 a month. And you know what I did, MJ? I'm like, I'm going to make this up. I'm going to find $65 in savings in my budget. I was subscribing to Disney Plus. Why do I have that? I don't know. My kids are like 20 years old. Hulu, which fine, I'll cancel it. And if I need it again, I'll get it back one day. MLB Network, we're not even watching the Brewers anymore. I've got these iTunes charges that I don't even know what the heck they're for. I got like 3 or 4 of those. I'm paying for 2 music streaming subscriptions. So when I go and I cancel these, I have about $60 in savings from canceling other subscriptions, and I've shifted it over. So even if you don't stay in hotels every month and feel like you're not going to use this all the time, if you pay that $65, it's just going to come out anyways, just like those other garbage subscriptions were. At the end of a year, now you get a trip to Aruba. So it's like a mini vacation savings plan. And you don't have to go to Aruba. This is Becky talking. That's where Becky and Chad are going. And we're taking our kids because we get 2 rooms, right? Yeah. So we put this money away every month that we're not going to miss. And we get a huge vacation at the end. So that to me is absolutely mind blowing. If you're not a Turn-On associate, it's $75 a month. So essentially, becoming an associate at $65 a month is $780 for the year. Well, if you pay $10 more a month, it's $120 more. You might as well become the associate because there's massive tax benefits of adding travel to your business repertoire. Whether you own a landscaping business, you're a realtor, whatever it may be that you are and what your business is, you add travel as part of your business, you can now write off a lot of your travel expenses on your taxes and get an even bigger tax return or have a lesser tax bill. So this to me,
well, and right now we got free enrollment to come in as an associate, right? What you're talking about. And, going back to the savings, right? Most people want to get away. What's stopping them is time. Okay. You'll find the time if you really want to go, but it's money. So right here, we're saying just you tuck away $65 a month away. You can start right away and book your trip. Otherwise, it's forthcoming. Then you can put in your PTO at work and all that. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and you can get away. You may not have to go for a week. How about just the weekend, like you shared, right? Just to get away, spend some quality time with your family, because otherwise it's not going to happen and you're saving, right? So I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go.
I know. And what we have right now is so crazy amazing that with the starter bundle, which is the daily health system and enrich that I use every single day, that's helping me keep my 60 pounds off in addition to a lot NAD as well. You get that, but that comes with free enrollment where now you've got wellness as part of your business and you get discounts. Plus, if your friend Sally Sue wants to lose some weight, you can be like, here's my link, grab a daily health system. But on top of that, you also get travel where you get a discount and it's a tax write-off. So the whole thing, you get a wellness and travel business all together. We were talking about that this morning.
Yes. You guys, now is the time to do this.
We're shaking people.
This is our new thing. Now is the time to do this, you guys, because again, as Becky mentioned, it's the free enrollment to become a Trinad associate. So normally it's $99. You pay that once a year from the date you sign up as an associate. $99 gets you the discount on the products, gets you the business link if you want to work your business. You don't have to. And travel just to get in to have access to that platform. That's a $99 normally just a one-time thing. That's being waived. So you add travel on, you're not paying that. Okay, that $99. It's for life now. And then just that monthly $65 or $75. There's no reason to be a customer right now, not even almost. for the month of November. No, I'm not talking about being a customer to people. So it's so exciting to be able to know that you can afford to have a trip, whether what that ever looks like for you in 2 zip codes over, or, over the pond somewhere. This is a reality, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't be doing this, right? Our reputation, we wouldn't be doing this, you guys. This is, if you know Becky and love her, who doesn't, and the rest of us, this is all part of what we do, and we want to share the good news. That's why we're doing this, and we're blasting this, and we're not going to give up, because our goal is, hey, to Becky, you and Chad and Rick and I are going to meet up somewhere, right? Well, we're going to Mexico, but we're going to meet up, right? And celebrate these things, because now we have the capability to do that with the extra money we're earning from our business side too, with Trinot.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I just cannot thank you enough for breaking this down into bite-sized nuggets. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. Please reach out to Becky. She'll get you signed up. She'll get you all the information. Reach out to me. I'm available. Let's get you signed up. We're not giving up, people. We're going to dog you. We're just going to dog you, because that's what we do. Because we want you to be healthy so that you can travel. So Becky, I love you. I cherish you. I thank you so much for taking the time to explain all this. Please be safe. Have a great day.